The last episode of Doctor Who, Power of the Daleks, is being released by the BBC in animated form using the original audio from the episode. Now, that's the episode where Patrick Troughton is regenerated from William Hartnell. I almost said the wrong way.
Right. But it is Patrick Troughton's first
appearance.
It's his first appearance. It's his first journey, his first adventure as the Doctor.
Right. Now, here's the thing, man. Now, there already are fan animations of this story that you can watch right now.
Nice.
Not as good of quality as the trailer that we saw for the Power of the Daleks, but they're there. Mm-hmm. Do you think that may have influenced their decision to go ahead and go through with doing a full-on animated version of it?
Well, possibly, but I think the biggest part is that November 5th of this year is the 50th anniversary of that episode airing.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think that's probably the primary. Like, once they realize that, we might be able to monetize this, people are going to want to see it because it's classic and it hasn't been seen on a television in almost 50 years.
And that's so crazy to me. Think that the BBC had a practice in place of recording over their old shows or destroying them and not keeping them for posterity's sake. Because a lot of American television is still archived, okay? But for some reason, they didn't have the foresight to think about home video and reruns and all that kind of thing. So they recorded over it or destroyed it.
Yeah, it was the 60s. Like, those things didn't exist yet.
Yeah, and that's what I said. They didn't have the foresight to even think about it. But, man, I guarantee you, if they could go back in time to say, hey, we need to take care of these and keep them pristine quality, because eventually they could do like HD remasters and all that kind of crap and could be pretty impressive. But they just didn't think that there would be a market for this children's show, soap opera, television show. They just didn't. But now, I mean, I just couldn't imagine how much money the BBC makes just off of DVD sales, book sales. Audio dramas are a huge thing in the Doctor Who community. I mean, you have people that have been playing the Doctor for years still playing their doctors in these audio dramas, and you don't have any other show really that does that, do they? Does Star Trek have audio dramas? Because Star Trek just got their 50th anniversary. We had Doctor Who's 50th anniversary, 4 or 5 years ago?
2013.
Yeah, 2013, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember when the Doctor Who 50th anniversary aired and all that. It was great.
Yeah.
But Star Trek, they're not even making, they didn't even make a big deal about it.
They didn't do anything for the 50th anniversary this year. Because that was last week.
Because, I mean, think about it. Star Trek is the closest that America has to, like, their version of a Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, we do have Star Wars, too, but think about it. You have 8 or 7 movies right now that you got to watch, and maybe 2 television series on Star Wars. And then you've seen all the stuff. With Star Trek, it's like 7 or 8 different series.
Yeah.
13 movies.
With hundreds of episodes.
Yeah. And an animated series.
Yeah.
And another series about to start. And a whole reboot trilogy as well.
Yeah. On
top of all the different movies. And you would think that, I think, what was it, ABC or CBS just put out a little happy 50th video, only using footage from a handful of the movies and from Next Generation. They didn't show anything from like Deep Space Nine or Voyager or Enterprise, and all those series ran for multiple seasons. It wasn't like some flash in the pan, one season only kind of thing. Star Trek has a built-in audience. And they're doing this new series where, the first episode is broadcast on CBS and then the rest of it's all online only?
I hadn't heard that. That sounds dumb as shit.
I know. It's just like they want to have so much control over the Star Trek brand that they've released rules that you have to go by if you're going to do any kind of fan video or fan fiction or anything like that. Yet they're not paying it the proper respect that it deserves as a piece of iconic history in our country's television.
Right.
Okay, and I know it has a stigma of being like super nerdy because it is super, super fucking nerdy.
Yeah.
I mean, Star Wars versus Star Trek, you've got like the cool action, lightsaber battles and stuff. And then you've got Star Trek, which was more like really like procedural military, really it is.
Yeah, no.
If you think about it.
Very much so. But it's also sort of
television too.
Well, and anti-violence ultimately, because yes, I know the original series was a lot more rough and tumble, but in the end, though, they try to find a diplomatic solution before anything else.
Well, you remember the film theory I sent you about the Jokers? They just put out one about why the Federation is fascist. You should definitely watch that.
Yeah, I've got to check that one out.
It'll make you totally put a new spin on it. Because he's saying that all the Star Trek stories we have are always told from the perspective of the Federation. You never see it from the Klingons or the Romulans or the other peoples.
No, that's absolutely true.
And apparently, and they mentioned a line that Scotty said to Jayla in the last...
in Beyond.
in Beyond, about how, well, one stick will break, but a bundle of sticks is strong. And apparently that's like something that was actually said by...
like Mussolini or something?
in like maybe France or Italy or something like that. And apparently the Communist Party in that one country that he mentioned, I can't remember, is an actual bundle of sticks. That their symbol, for a while was. So think about it.
Yeah, that's slightly terrifying. The Star Trek movies and TV series that we all know and love are secretly fascist
and
propaganda.
they were talking about how, like, in the Star Trek, the reboot, Spock just jettisons Kirk into a uninhabitable planet for not following the rules. He's just like, fuck it, you're done. No court martial, anything, just like, boom.
Right. Yeah.
You tried to mute me, you're done.